This is a Gantt chart which I have created in Excel. Before creating the new format, let's see how it works. On the top, we have got our project name. Just below that, project start date and current date means today's date. Based on start date and current date, it will be showing week in progress and days in progress. Just below that, we have got our task lead, start date, end date. Over here, I have taken total days with weekends and total days without weekends. Now it totally depends on your priority. You want to show your Gantt chart with weekends or without weekends. Whatever the progress of the task will be, we have to insert the percent and our graph will change automatically or our bar will change automatically. On the right hand side, all the things are formulated. Let's start creating a new Gantt chart now. I have opened a new workbook. We'll come down and we'll rename the sheet. This will be Gantt chart. We'll click on A1. We'll take column A closer. We'll click on B2. We'll increase the column size. Project name, project start date, current date. Even we can take today's date. Weeks in progress. We'll drag this down. This will be days in progress. Project name, I'll take some random name over here. Project start date, I'll take some random date. We'll click on date. We'll press Ctrl 1. Format cells window will open. We'll go to date. We'll select a desired date format and we'll do OK. So our date format got changed. We'll click just under start date. Over here we want current date. So I'll use the formula of today plus or equal to today. Bracket open, bracket close. Enter. We got today's date. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to date. We'll select a desired date format and we'll do OK. Weeks in progress. Formula will be plus or equal to current date minus start date. We'll take this in bracket. Enter. We got 53. So these are the days. We'll double click on the formula. We'll copy this. Control C or Command C. We'll press escape. We'll click just in front of days in progress. We'll go to formula bar and we'll paste my formula. Control V or Command V. In both the places we got days. We'll come to weeks in progress. We'll double click over here. We'll come to the end, divided by 7. Enter. We got our weeks, but we can see decimal over here. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the beginning and we'll insert the function or criteria of roundup. Roundup, bracket open. We'll come to the end, comma, number digits. We want 0. So I'll put 0 over here. Bracket close and I'll hit enter. And we got 8. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to custom. We'll delete general from here. We'll put double inverted comma week. Double inverted comma close. Space has. And we'll do OK. Now we can see week 8. We'll select all and we'll align all the things in center. We'll select the whole sheet and we'll take all the things in mid. Perfect. We'll click on header of project name. We'll select all and we'll create borders. We'll put some color over here. Means we will change the cell color. We'll change the font color. We'll change the color of project name. We'll change the font color. Start date. We'll put some light shade over here. We'll make this bold. Over here we will change the font color. Perfect. We'll come to row number 7. We'll reduce the size of row number 7. We'll click on 8, means B8. Task, project lead, start date, end date, total days. We'll press Alt and we'll hit enter. In bracket we will take with weekends. We'll close the bracket, enter. We'll adjust the column size. We'll select the whole row and we'll align all the things in center. We'll drag this to right. We'll adjust the column size. This will be total days without weekends. We'll adjust the column size. This will be progress. We'll change the color of headers. We'll change the font color. We'll create borders over here. We'll click just under task. Our task will be divided in 3 stages: planning, execution, and review. So on top, we will be doing our plannings. Planning stage. Task 1. We will create total 5 tasks for each stage. We'll click on planning stage. We'll select till total days without weekends and we'll merge the cell. We'll align the text in left We'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color. We'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial bold. We'll click on task. We'll select till task 5 and we'll create borders. We'll create borders over here also. We'll come down. We'll copy this, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste over here, Control V or Command V. We'll paste one more time, Control V or Command V. We'll press escape. So this is planning stage. This will be execution and this will be review. Project lead. I'll take some random names over here. We'll drag this down. In case your names are getting repeated, you can put the same names over here. And in case in each stage names are getting changed, just change the names. In my case, I'll take all the names similar. We'll press escape. In start date and end date, I'll take some random dates. So I have taken some random dates. Now we will come to total days with weekends. Our formula will be plus or equal to end date minus start date. And we will hit enter. We'll align this in center. Over here we will count start date also. We'll come to the formula. We'll double click over here. We'll come to the end plus 1. Enter. Now we got 53. What will happen if I'll delete start date from here? We got some random figure. I'll undo this. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if. If bracket open, we'll click on start date is equal to blank. For blank, I'll insert double inverted comma twice. Means if the start date will be blank, in return I want blank. So I'll put comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, comma. And if not blank, I want this formula. So we'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can drag this down. Now we will copy this, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste in execution as well as review stage. Control V or Command V. We'll press escape. Total days without weekends. In case you want to keep either of these, means either you want to keep with weekends or without weekends, you can. Let's insert the formula plus or equal to network days. Bracket open. Over here we have to provide start date. This is our start date, comma, end date. This is our end date. In case you have got some holidays and you want to include in the formula, just insert comma, select your holidays list, close the bracket and hit enter. But in our case, there's no holiday. So I'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll align this in center. Same thing over here. If there will be no start date, some random figure will be visible. I'll undo this. We'll come to the formula. We'll double click over here. We'll come in the beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if. If bracket open start date is equal to blank. If start date will be blank, comma, in return we want blank. So I'll put double inverted comma twice for blank, comma. And if not blank, I want this formula to work. We'll come to the end, close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll drag this down. We'll copy the formulas, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste over here, Control V or Command V. We'll press escape. Progress. First row is header, so I'll click on progress. We'll select next cell also, and we'll merge this. We'll create borders. In progress, I'll take some random percent. So we have got all the percent over here now. We'll select from top to bottom, and we'll create borders. We'll change the color over here. Perfect. Let's go on top. We'll come to right hand side. We'll click next to progress. We will insert our dates over here, plus or equal to. We'll come to left and we'll click on project start date and we'll hit enter. We'll come to right. We can see 1st Feb 25 over here. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to date and we'll select a date format where we can't see the year. Just date and month is visible. We'll click on OK. We'll click just under date. This will be week 1. So I'll put 1 over here. We'll click on 1. We'll press Ctrl 1. Format cells window will open. We'll go to custom. We'll delete general from here. We'll insert double inverted comma week. Double inverted comma close. Space has. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. We can see week 1 over here. We'll click on date. We'll come to next cell. Plus or equal to, we'll click on our date, that is our start date, plus 7. Enter. Now we will click just under second date, plus or equal to week 1 plus 1. Enter. We got week 2. We'll select our date and week 2 and we'll drag this till desired dates or weeks. Let's take till week 25. We'll delete rest. Delete. We'll come to left, or let's select date and week. We'll press Shift Control left arrow key. Let's create borders. We'll come to left. We'll click on date. We'll press Shift Control right arrow key and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color. We'll click on week 1. We'll press Shift Control right arrow key and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color. Now I'll come to progress. We'll increase the column size. We'll select all the progress from top to bottom. We'll go on top. We'll go to Home tab. We'll come in the center. In the center, we get the option of conditional formatting. We'll click on conditional formatting. We'll come down and we'll go to data bars. We'll select green one. Now we can see our data bars. We'll go to conditional formatting. Manage rules. This is the rule what we have inserted right now. We'll click on the rule and the rule got highlighted in green. Now we will come down and we'll click on edit rule. On the top we can see minimum and maximum. Type we can see automatic. We'll click on drop down and we'll select number. Value 0. We will leave it 0. We'll go to maximum. We'll do number over here also. We'll delete 0 and we'll put 1. Positive values it's showing in green. Negative red. We'll do OK. OK. But we can't see negative values in red. We'll select all. We'll go to Home tab and we'll change the cell color. We'll do as red. We'll change the font color. We'll do the same thing over here and over here also. Now if the percent will change, let's do it 75%. We can see the progress. And if I'll do this 99%, we can see the progress. I'll undo this. Now we will use conditional formatting over here to highlight our cells for the Gantt chart. We'll click just under week 1 and we'll select till bottom. We'll select till end, means till last week, and that is week 25. We'll come to left. We'll go to conditional formatting. We'll come down and we'll go to new rule. We'll click on drop down and we'll select classic. In case you are using Windows, you'll not be getting the option of classic. You'll be diverted to next step, and that is use a formula to determine which cells to format. And the formula will be plus or equal to and bracket open. We'll come to left. We'll click on start date. In conditional formatting, by default, our cells gets logged and it got fully logged. And I don't want this to be fully logged. I just want to lock it partially. I'll delete first dollar from here. We'll come to the end. Is greater than or equal to. We'll click on start date over here. In our scenario, both the dates are same, but in many scenarios, it may be different. We'll delete dollar from center, comma. We'll click on start date once again. We'll delete the first dollar from here. Is smaller than. We'll take this to right. We'll click on end date. We'll delete dollar from center. We'll close the bracket. So how our formula is going to work? If the date over here will be greater than or equal to start date over here, our formula will work. And in second scenario, if our start date will be smaller than end date, then only our formula will work. So it will count start date as well as end date. We'll take this on top. We'll click on drop down, customize format. Over here we get 4 things: number, font, border and fill. We'll go to fill. We'll click on drop down. We'll select a light shade and we'll do OK. OK. Just notice our cells got highlighted. So in the first scenario of planning stage, task 1, start date is 1st Feb and end date is 25th March. And just notice, it got highlighted from 1st Feb till 22nd March. Now we have to highlight the cells through our progress. Let's select this once again. We'll come to left. But before that, let's insert our borders over here. We'll go to home. We'll come in the center. Over here we have got all borders. We'll click on drop down, more borders. We'll take the borders, line color. We'll take some light shade and we'll do OK. So our borders got inserted. If I'll click outside, just notice light shade borders are inserted over here. We'll select this once again. We'll come to left. We'll go to conditional formatting once again. We'll come down and we'll click on new rule. From here I'll select classic and from the drop down I'll select use a formula to determine which cells to format. Formula over here will be plus or equal to and bracket open. We'll click on start date. We'll delete the first dollar is greater than or equal to. We'll come to left and we'll click on start date over here. What we had done in our last conditional formatting. Half of the formula will be same. We'll delete dollar from center, comma. We'll take this down. We'll click on start date once again. We'll remove the first dollar is smaller than or equal to. We'll click on start date over here once again. So in both the scenarios, we have taken start date. But in our last conditional formatting, we had taken start date as well as end date. We will delete dollar from center plus bracket open. We will include total days also. So I'll include total days with weekends. So I'll click over here. In case you want to include without weekends, instead of this, you'll have to click over here. We'll delete dollar from center because I don't want to fix this cell. Into, we'll click on percent of progress. We'll delete dollar from center. We'll close the bracket. Minus 1. We'll close the bracket of and. We'll take this on top. We'll click on drop down, customized format. We'll go to fill. We'll click on drop down and we'll select a desired color and we'll do OK. OK. We'll go to view tab on top and we'll remove the grid lines. We'll click outside. If I'll change start date over here, if I'll do this 10th, enter, just notice it got changed. And if I'll do this 30th, before hitting enter, let's come to right. We can see till week 8. Now I'll hit enter. Let's come to right. Now we can see till week 9. So in this way, you can create your own Gantt chart. We'll go on top. We'll click just under week 1. We'll go to view and we'll freeze the pane. Now our details will not move and we can see the progress. We'll click on E2. We'll select till E6. We'll select till H. We'll go to home tab and we'll merge this. We'll change the color over here. We'll change the font color. We'll change the font style. We'll select as Arial Black. We'll increase the font size. Plus or equal to. We'll click on project's name. Enter. We'll create border over here. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to number. Custom. We'll remove general. We'll take this to right. Double inverted comma project. Double inverted comma close. Space. At rate. Whenever we are inserting text, we will have to take text in at rate. And in case there is a number, we have to insert hash. We'll come down and we'll do OK. Now we can see project ABC. If this will be XYZ, we can see project XYZ. And our Gantt chart is ready now. In the same way, you can create your own Gantt chart.
I'm sure you must have loved the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon with a new topic. Till then, bye bye.